All right. What's going on, my beautiful people? This is Pilo with Digital 262, and you're watching Elite Talk.
Let's get active.
Let's do it, baby.
All right. What's going on, my beautiful, sexy elite society out there? My name is Pilo with Digital 262, and today we have a great program for everyone today. You guys are going to enjoy this one. But before we talk about the subject, let me introduce my co-host on either side. First of all, let's welcome my man, TJ. What's going on, my man?
What's good, everybody? How's everybody feeling?
What's going on with you, TJ? Tell us a little bit. What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. Just sipping. We had a little weekly hiatus a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it feels good to be back.
It does.
Feels good to be back in the lab. We getting ready to cook tonight. So
cooking we shall do. And I have a very specific palate. So I'm gonna do some of this today.
we got a 4-course meal.
A 4-course meal. We got a 5-course meal today.
5-course, yeah. I'm underplaying this shit. Oh yeah.
You guys are gonna love it today. And in this corner, we got my man JOC. What's going on, brother?
Man, how we doing, man? Like I said, a little hiatus, but it feels good to be back. 5-course meal, 6-course meal. Got a lot to talk about today, so I'm very excited for sure.
We got a lot to talk about. I'm excited about this hater of the week too, man. It's gonna be nice. But you know what? Let me just say this, guys. A lot of females. We've been doing this podcast now for about 3 years. TJ, you would say 2 years, maybe
roughly, yeah.
And we always have a tendency of inviting females to the podcast because it's a male-dominated podcast. But we like to kind of balance things a little bit sometimes, and get a female's perspective. We've been noticed with this new season that. Sure, we've been talking more trash than usual.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I've been getting a lot of feedback from females saying that, well, you guys just talk a lot of ish. You guys are, shouldn't be saying this. And you guys shouldn't be calling us fat or should be calling us whores or should be calling us all this. But then at the same time, I say, you know what? Why don't you just come onto the podcast? Why don't you express your feelings onto the podcast and give us your perspective? If you feel that we offended you, well, come on, tell us about it. Yeah. Come onto the show,
Yeah.
And then the day comes, and what happens?
Crickets.
Ghosted.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Silencio.
I'm getting sick of hearing that, man. Like, so many people have so much to say. Like I said, I think they don't want to step into the lion's den, man. They're going to get annihilated.
Yes.
Defend yourselves. We welcome a dialogue, so we don't always have to agree. But if you have a strong stance on something, stand on that shit. Come on the show and express yourself. And instead of complaining and sitting in the backgrounds in the corner talking shit, I just don't respect that.
Yeah.
So come defend yourself.
That's very true. Because that's all they do is talk junk.
We don't bite unless you want us to.
Well, speak for yourself. But
I don't want to hear this shit tonight, man. You've been humbled these past couple of weeks, man. What happened?
I've been very humbled.
You got the cross on? You found Jesus?
You got a shirt on, which is nice.
I do got a shirt on today.
That's a start.
So unfortunately, the Pilo is always gonna be Pilo. But, for the time being, I have to be a little bit more tamed. But, man, fuck that. Hell no. Fuck the taming. You can't tame Pilo. So, we're going to talk shit today. So, but you know what? But guys, I have to work on myself. I have to work. I can't. I got to work on my language. I cuss too much. I apparently drink too much. I apparently have too many women. I apparently... do not care about females. So you know what? I'm going to tone it down a little bit. And
who's telling you this, Pilo?
All right.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Isabel? Are you still addicted to Val? I
No,
hope
I'm not
not.
addicted to Val anymore. I'm not addicted to
Okay.
Val anymore. But Val, if you're watching, whatever. Anyway, let's move on, man. Let's move on. Let's move on. Val will probably
That's
be
what I
on the
like to
next
hear.
one.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
she'll probably be on the next one and she'll talk her shit. But today, gentlemen, we have a very good topic that I want to discuss with you guys. And by the way, if you guys have top comments or questions, please write it on the chat. Write it on the chat and we'll talk, okay? We might even put you on. Just write it on the chat. So today I want to discuss the female code.
Mm.
The female code. Now, what is the female code? The female code.
It doesn't exist.
Shots
It
fired
doesn't
right away.
exist at all. You ever been in the desert? It's like a mirage. You think it's there, but it's not.
It's not.
You know.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Why do you say that? Do you think women have no loyalty to each other?
Like a lot of women claim to be a girl's girl, but behind closed doors, things suggest quite differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like actually men are more loyal to the code than women are.
Absolutely.
I'll just go on and say that straight up.
Absolutely.
And I'm just speaking from experience. A lot of treachery going on. The waters are deep out here. And,
Mm-hmm.
it's women on that side of the spectrum that commits those acts, more than the men do it. I'm not trying to be biased at all. I'm a straight shooter. I'm just going off my experience and what I see around me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? I think that women are the most heartless people that you can ever think of. I mean, and I mean that with everything. They're heartless. When it comes, if a woman wants to hurt you, they will. And they make it so easy. And women will hurt each other very easily. So let's talk about the bro code real quick. And I want to get your two guys' takes on this. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, let's talk about bro codes. So loyalty and support. Men will show loyalty and support to each other. What do you guys think?
Absolutely, I agree.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
100%.
men hold each other accountable.
Yes, sir.
Like if I see Pilo, when you had your shirt off, man, we had a discussion off air. I was
Disgusting.
like, bro, you need to hit the gym. You're getting fat, bro.
Nasty.
Like, and what did you do? You applied it to improve yourself. So I feel like men could have those vulnerable conversations with each other, and we hold each other accountable. But women, I feel like they don't do the same thing, man. Because men are more objective about reality. Women are more emotional. Well, most women are. There's some heartless women out there, but if we're speaking on a general attribute, like most women are more emotional. And men being objective, we can hold each other accountable and stick loyal to the code versus women kind of could be delusional in that aspect.
What do you think, Jay?
You know what? I just realized something. A couple of things before I give my opinion. One, did I not get the message that we were wearing black today? What the fuck is going on here?
No, you never get the memo. You never read your freaking email.
Okay, all right.
Man.
Second of all, there's a reason why I'm wearing what I'm wearing, man, because tomorrow's a very, very special day in the Mexican culture. Tomorrow is Mexican Independence Day, baby! Woo! So, we out here celebrating with a little michelada. So cheers to all my Mexican people.
I was going to mention, your boy let you down, man.
You know what, man?
You
Listen,
know what
man.
I'm talking about.
Absolutely. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? Talk about the elephant in the room, right?
I gotta collect my wagers, man.
Yeah.
Made a lot of money over the weekend.
Unfortunately, we did take an L. We took an L. However, and if it's perfectly with the bro code, with the theme today, even though we took an L, I'm gonna go ahead and say we took a W, right? Because yes, we lost. However, we elevated somebody else in the process of us taking that L. Crawford said himself, to be the best, you gotta beat the best, right? And sure enough, Canelo was one of the best, and he beat him. He beat him fair and square.
Yeah.
Canelo he didn't make no excuses. He said, hey, you know what? That man beat my ass. He was the better man that fight.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Crawford. So again, Crawford, congratulations, man. You were the better man. So, again, back to that bro code, that shows there is no hate. There is no jealousy. It's just, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you of how you got there, Speaking on that, one of my boys, he just won his first wrestling championship over the weekend. Isaiah Snow, if you're watching, man, congratulations, man. I remember you starting there, me training you how to hit the ropes, how to take a bump. I've been there longer than he has. I haven't won the championship yet. However, you know what? Knowing that I was there to coach him and teach him makes me very proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
because if it wasn't for me, if it wasn't for our team, he wouldn't be at where he's at today. You know, his motivation, his
Yeah.
dedication. So I'm happy for him, man. I'm proud of him, man. And
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
jealousy.
That's dope.
However, I am gonna say, man, keep that belt nice and warm because JLC's coming back and he's gonna take it from you. I already told you this. So
Well, before we continue, JLC, I just want to let you know something very important. Okay,
here comes the bullshit.
Canelo did not make Crawford great. Crawford was always great. I'm just
Okay.
putting it out there. Okay,
Facts.
he was always great.
Yeah.
So
So
let
I
me
give
ask you
Canelo his credit though, man. Like, you know, anybody could be boisterous, you know, when they win and stuff. But you know, heart of a champion is when you lose. How do you react? How do you respond when you lose? You know, you still got to be graceful. Just like if he would have won, you know, he handles himself in a graceful manner. But you got to have that same energy when you take that L too, man. So I
That's-
give him
that's
his
true.
credit on that.
Oh, you
Yeah.
think? Do you think Crawford needed that win?
No, not at all.
No.
No.
I think
Crawford
he
win-
was already solidified, but I mean, Canelo, I mean, he's a legend, man.
Mhm.
Who wouldn't want to have Canelo on their resume as
Yeah.
a W?
Yeah.
That'll
Remember-
take any fighter over the edge. He's a
remember-
once in a lifetime fighter.
Yes, that's true. And remember, boxers when they hit a certain milestone, they choose their fighters. So you know, Crawford was in that top 10
Yeah.
of the greatest boxers, along with Canelo,
Oh, yeah.
along with a bunch of other boxers. But Crawford was already up there. Maybe he wasn't known to some of the people because boxing is one of those things that the Mexican people love their Mexican boxers. The African American people love their African
I
American
can say
boxers.
this. Yep. Same
It's one
about
of
black
those-
people.
Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
things. So, maybe JOC, you didn't know about Crawford, maybe you didn't know of him, but
Right.
trust me, I knew
Right.
because I followed him for a long time, and that's how I knew that he was going to beat Canelo's ass.
I will say that man, me watching him for the first time, definitely surprised me. You can see his power, you can see his strength,
Yeah.
his speed, how coordinated he was into that
Mhm.
sport, man. And honestly,
Yeah.
that right there shows how much he loves that sport. He's doing it for the love of the game, not for the
Mhm.
fame, not for the money, And again, I
Mhm.
can say the same thing for Canelo overall. Like I said, in my opinion, me now knowing who he is, because let's be honest, if he'd never fought Canelo, I would have never knew who he was.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But at least the way I see it, he's now here.
Mhm.
Now he's known. Okay, this is who beat Canelo. This is Crawford. This is his
Yeah.
name's now more stamped in that book than where he was before.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? Going back to this loyalty and support, I got my thing. I want to say something about that. And I want you guys to listen very carefully. Women have no loyalty and they show no support. So why do I say that? Okay. And I know I'm going to get slack for this because first of all, when you go to a party, let's say, for example, when I was married, right? For an example, and my wife was next to me and a girl came in, and she was feeling herself. She was looking fly. She wasn't showing cleavage or anything like that, but she was looking good. She was feeling herself,
Got that natural aura.
Yeah. What do you think this woman sitting next to me said to me? Take a guess. That fucking whore. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
whore. And then she looks at me like, what are you looking at? You know what I mean? Like, women do not support each other. And this is my opinion, that women do not support each other. And as a matter of fact, women have like a built-in sense of what's the word I'm looking for? Jealousy about them with other women. There's always a competition between them. Who can do things better? Who can wear this better? Who can do it? Whatever better. So I believe that's built in to a woman. It's like a built-in feature in a car. It's built into every woman, and they don't show each other support. Now, not to be fair, if a woman is going through something and she calls her girlfriend, sure, she might be like, yeah, girl, don't worry. But what she's going to say, let's say a girl's having an issue with her man. This is a good man. This is a man that works. This is a man that does his thing, that supports the family, but he did one fuck up. He fucked up one time, and she calls her homegirl. What is she going to say? Girl, that man ain't shit. That man ain't shit.
Yep.
Leave his ass, right?
Especially if the friend is single.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
If the friend is single, I mean, she want her to be back out here in the streets with her. So of course she's gonna,
Right.
Absolutely.
to a certain point, to a certain degree, she can't help that. She locked in with this man and she's in love, so she's tolerating it. But the moment he do anything or fuck up, she like, you need to leave his sorry ass. Like, you don't deserve that. Like, you deserve a better man. All this other bullshit, just to get her out in the streets with her. You
You
know?
know what though? I think I also think it's jealousy because I guarantee that friends like, hey, you know what? My man does this. My man's taking me here. My
Mm-hmm.
man bought me that.
Yep.
My man treats me this way.
Yeah.
He gives me emotional, physical
Yep.
support. And let's be honest, man. Like even as a guy, if my friend tells me, hey, my girl does this, 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 like I wouldn't want that, you know.
Yeah.
And vice versa. I'm pretty sure the girl would want that as well. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's like, damn, why can't I find a man like that? Well, you know what? If I can't find a man like that, why should she have a man like that?
Yeah.
It's just
Absolutely.
that jealousy, and
Yeah.
I don't understand that,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
it's
feel
built in.
like absolutely, I feel like me as a man,
Mm.
if I need some more guidance or some more advice in the current situation that I'm in, I can go up to Pilo, TJ, or my very, very, very small circle, but hey man, this is what's going on. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get a real advice. I'm gonna get, hey, you're fucking up, JOC, because
Yeah.
you're doing this, this, and this, right?
Mhm.
Do this better.
Mhm.
Cause
Yep.
you're looking like a bitch right now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
vice versa, so I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think I know there's very, very few women out there that can say, hey, I got my girl's back and actually provide that knowledge to it.
Right.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Women
You know,
keep tabs too. Like women
Oh,
who,
yeah.
who they posting stuff on Instagram, trips and everything that their man does. They buy them a new car. Women are watching that.
yes.
And
yes.
they in the background
Yeah.
like snipers just waiting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as he
Waiting to
fuck
fuck
up, they
Yeah.
they ill-advise them, give them the wrong information, and then
Yeah.
3 months later, she in the same guy's DMs trying to
Mhm.
be that woman. So it's
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
it's like a subtle jealousy and competition.
Well,
and,
hold that thought,
and
TJ.
anytime you
Hold
said
that
what?
hold that thought because you're
Oh, yeah.
you're moving on to the next point, which we're going to make in a minute, which is very good, very good. But hold that point. You know,
Oh, yeah, you good.
and let's move on to the next one. Before we do, I remember TJ. Have you ever been to a party with your
Yeah.
girl, right?
Yeah.
And like a couples party, everybody
Yeah, yeah.
has their couples. And one thing that I noticed whenever I used to go to these parties with my wife is that she always tries to like one up everybody as far
Yeah.
as like what we have. We
Yeah.
have a house. Oh, we have this type of car. We're going to these types of trips.
Yeah.
And, she's always trying to show out. And yeah,
Yeah.
it might be true, but at the same time, why
Yeah.
do you have to say that shit?
Like you
you
gotta
know?
announce
Yeah.
it. She on
Why
some
do you have to
Mrs.
say
Me
it?
Too type shit.
Right. So
Yeah.
that kind of brings up the whole thing that they always try to
Yeah.
one up each other. And us guys, we're always on the side talking about, well, the fastest way to get to work, bro, is take Highway 45 and take the, we're
Yeah.
always.
Yeah. I could honestly say that,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Like anytime I've been with a woman and we go anywhere, I may not even know the people like that.
Mhm.
And there's other people around, other couples. It'd be the woman saying, well, he did this, or just trying to one up each other. Or I remember this one particular couple, they got married. It was at a wedding actually. And the chick was trying to upstage the bride.
The bride. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
And I was just a date, you know what I mean? But I was peeping everything. And she was trying to upstage the bride, like, well, our wedding was over $100,000. And oh, I see you did this with the cake and this with the balloons, and we did it this way. And like, why even say shit like that, man?
Yeah.
That's just, it's not a competition, friends support friends. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I see that type of shit all the time, man.
All the time. That just proves our point that women have little loyalty and little support. Not to talk about all women, but I would say about maybe 85% of the women that I know have no loyalty and no support to each other. I mean, they're like savages, but they're just very good at hiding it. You know what I mean? But when it's time to come out, just rub them the wrong way or hit that magic button. Oh, it'll come out. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
So
Not even that. I think, like at least from my experience, right? Us as a man, we can spot that shit out.
Yeah.
When your girl or or your best friend's hanging out with let's just call them snakes in the woods, snakes in the grass, right? We as men, we can call that shit out real quick. Like, hey, you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
So and so, you might want to be careful with her, and she might not understand why. But you just slowly and surely, you'll see the movements, you'll see the reactions, the way they move, and again, it goes back to saying like, women have no loyalty.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Another point of the bro code that I want to contrast with the female code is respect for relationships.
Oof.
Respect for relationships. That is something that's very, and speaking for myself, I have a lot of respect, okay, for my homeboys, women. There's certain ways I greet them. There's certain ways I show respect around them. And not only that, I will never, ever, ever, speaking for myself, hit on my homeboy's girl. Never.
Absolutely.
And then the thing about it
Say
too.
hit on or hit?
or hit on, hit on.
He like both.
No, one out of two. Cause I'll beat bitch
Hey,
ass. No.
he's like, I'll let you decide.
Yeah. But you know what? I would never hit on her because it's just the fact that, you know, like we have friends that, you know, they split, you know, and we're still around them. We're still around him. We're still around her. And just the fact that we want to keep, we're so loyal to our friends to a certain level that we don't want to break that relationship we have with our friends, you know? So is she worth it? Maybe. She might be a dime, but still, it's not worth losing this relationship I got with this person. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially for me. But I believe the contrast. So what do you guys think?
No, I mean, you know what? I agree for 100%. You know, even if it gets, first of all, for me personally, right? If I find a woman attractive, right, and I know my close circle has some type of history behind her, you know, like relationship wise, feeling wise, like I'm not gonna mess with it. You know, at that point, it's done, it's dead. However, if I were to pursue that, I would ask him, "Hey, TJ, you know what? I know you had a history with so and so. You know, I'll just let you know, like, hey, I kind of want to do something, or kind of want to take her seriously, or whatever. Like, I just want to make sure you're cool with that. You know, even though I know TJ at the end of the day doesn't give a fuck, right? But it's a sign of respect. You know, it's a sign of like, hey, you know what? Just so you know, you're my boy, and I'm not gonna step. That's gonna come first. That loyalty's gonna come first.
Yeah.
You know, 100%, you know, and I think it even goes deeper, you know, like you and me, Pilo, you know, you and me behind camera, you know, we'll talk to each other a certain way, right? We'll make jokes, you know, a certain way to each other. You know, it's just how we are, you know?
Yeah.
However, let's say you're with your girlfriend or, you know, your wife or whatever it is, or someone you want to take seriously. I wouldn't make those jokes in front of her,
Right.
you know, because that, you know, I'm not saying we're the best, but, you know, we degrade each other sometimes, you know?
All the time.
Absolutely. You know, but again, it's that sign of respect where I'm like, I'm not going to do that in front of your girl because that's making you look less than me. That's making you look belittled, you know? And, you know, we're not, that's just me, you know, that's just part of the bro code that we don't do that.
Yeah.
We just don't.
We're talking crazy, like in front of, like you said, his girl, and you make a comment and then she looking at him sideways and planting that seed of doubt. Like,
and
you know,
she doesn't know what may Pilo going on, you know.
Right.
It even goes as far as, hey, you know what? I see Pilo took his girl out on the day and he's short $20, $30, $100, whatever the case is on the bill. Without even, you know, without even asking or without a simple text or whatever the case is, no questions asked. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Good. I got you. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put you on the spot in front of your girl. You know, we just don't do that, you know. Or anybody. It doesn't even got to be your girl, you know. Just the bros do that, you know.
It's the bros.
And there's so many different women out here, man. Like, if you know your homeboy's interested in somebody, like, I mean, and you really value that relationship, I believe that there's so many different women that you could possibly pursue. So it's never worth like a strong bond and relationship between you and your boy, man. Because I mean, women, they say they view it the same way, but it's like they're like, oh, men come and go. But I mean, to us, women do come and go, and a brothership and a bond means more than anything. So I would say it's never worth it in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Because you be having these dudes who they be sharing females, passing them around. That's like, for example, right? If I meet a woman and I'm feeling her and it comes out that either you smashed or even talk to her, all of my interest is gone, you know? I'm not going to share between the boys. We're not going to be Eskimo. I mean, we close and shit, but we ain't finna be no Eskimo bros. I mean, I'm going to just take that for real. Yeah. But I think it's weird when like some men, they like that, or they know damn well, JLC know damn well I had her, but he's like, oh, it's my turn next. Like, that's some weird shit to me. Like, why would you... Like, why you smashing? Like, while I'm smashing, he just see my face like this.
Bro,
nope, you gotta do it like this. Do it like that. Like, come on, man. Like, it's just, I see guys do that all the time, and I'm like, man, it's not worth it. You got to draw those lines in the sand, and just create those boundaries, man, and just honor the brotherhood if it exists for real.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back to the females. And I wish the females were here to defend themselves, but you won't do it. So now we're going to talk about what we think you guys do, in which we know from experience that you guys do. So, if you guys have any opinion, write it on the chat and we'll definitely talk about it. But girls don't do that shit. And I'm speaking from experience because, you know, who were every girlfriend. Okay, and let me just say this, and I'm being totally honest. Every girlfriend that I've had were friends of my previous girl. Every one of them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like close friends?
Close friends. As a matter of fact, my ex-wife was the best friend of my ex-wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
would that say something about me? Sure. But you know what? That says more about her because they were both very good friends. But she was very quick to jump on me. She was very
Who's
quick.
worse? You or her?
Her.
Or both of y'all?
No, she's worse. No, she's worse.
Okay, question. Who pulled the trigger first, you or her?
Oh, it was definitely her. It was definitely her.
So it just fell in
definitely
your lap and you said, fuck it.
I was walking one day and I just tripped and boop, it just popped in.
I'm on the beach. I'm going to play in the sand. I'm here.
Yes.
Fuck it.
Yes.
We know who we're having on the podcast next week for sure.
Yeah,
Damn.
right.
So every woman you've been linked with, y'all had a demise or whatever, broke up. The next chick was her friend or a chick
Was
she
her
was
friend.
associated with?
Was a friend or
wild.
associates. They were
That's
always
messy,
friends.
bro.
And you know what? Never. At my age, I haven't had many girlfriends, but I can name. You know, when I say girlfriend is people that I had relationships with.
Okay.
Okay, I can count with maybe 6 people that I've had an actual relationship with. Like I said, they were always friends of the previous girl. Always friends of the previous girl. Not to say that I just cheated. No. So let me let me rephrase that. I didn't purposely break up with this girl to go with this girl. It wasn't like that. So it was something like we broke up. Later on, we linked up, you know, and we just got together. Yeah, she just fell and landed on my dick. So, so that tells you right there, women have no respect, and you know, in relationships, they don't respect shit. You know, they if they want something, they're gonna get it. Doesn't matter what what the cost is. They're gonna get it. When a woman wants something, she's gonna get it. Believe me, guys, they're gonna get it. So, the next thing about the bro code is shared experience. I think that's very important. Shared experience, because the one thing that I think that links up, all 3 of us is our passion for certain things, for our passion for broadcasting, our passion for podcasting. And we, all 3 of us have been through similar things. I know JLC, you're the younger one of the group. You're the young whippersnapper. But even though you're the young one, you still, as a man, share experience that us men go through on a daily basis when it comes to relationships, when it comes to even owning a home and things like that. We share things, so that forms a bond. And I think as men, that makes us, we create that and we develop that loyalty with each other because we've been through it. So if you're having an issue with something, I can console you and I can tell you this is what I did, so. But I think that's a very strong one. But that's the thing. And that's another thing that I think females, and just to be fair, I think females do share that with us. What do you guys think? I think they share that with us because, they're always calling each other. They're always talking to each other, because share experience, especially when it comes to breaking up with a man,
Just computing information, man. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's fake, man. It's not real. Like there's a saying, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on the phone, you are kikiing and laughing like hyenas. Meanwhile, she's plotting on your demise. She's getting all the information from, your situation, and she's going to utilize that to her advantage. It could be a month from then. It could be 6 months from then. It could be a year from then.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that it's not like authentic at all. I think it's fake, man.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, you think it's fake?
It's just to get leverage. It's a game of leverage.
It's always to get one up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Peter, to tie to with your previous comment, about us guys and always, bonding over something. I think something that falls under the bro code is a good friend is gonna give you advice, but not only like relationship advice, but like how to be a better man advice. You know, and a good friend, a good man is gonna inspire you to do something with your life. That can be hit the gym. That can be revisiting a hobby or new hobbies. You, Pilo, you and me talked about, what I want to do, and what this podcast has birthed for me. The opportunities. I talked to other friends about stocks and crypto and just how to be a better man. TJ, you and me have talked about that self-care. How just to feel better, be better.
Confidence.
Yeah. I know that my circle is very small. I can count the people in my circle that I hold very, very dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And there, at least for us, there's friends and then there's brothers, and there's nothing in between. Just
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
straight into it. And
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
and and there's a reason why they're both on different spectrums.
Oh yeah.
Because it's different. It's a lot
Mhm.
different.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
When
And
when it comes to females, I think
Mhm.
you brought up, or TJ brought up, and I'm gonna have to disagree with you just a little bit here, TJ.
Mhm. Okay.
I believe a good strong girl, right,
Mhm.
is gonna tell her friend what she doesn't want to hear. If she
Oh
really,
yeah.
I only know off my experience
Like
a
10% of
very,
women.
very, very, very small percentage of
Oh
females
yeah.
that are like that.
more like
Luckily,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll even go lower and say maybe like 5%.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, us as guys are never really gonna know the true intentions of a female, right?
Yeah.
However, I'm lucky enough to say I have one that's like this. Not
Oh
only
yeah.
with herself, with me, but
Locked
with her
in.
friends as well, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely. Um, and the reason that I bring that up, and I'll make the example, and I've told her, I'm like, don't ask advice, specifically relationship advice, from a single friend. She's gonna tell you
Come on.
exactly what you don't want to hear.
Very true.
Leave that
Yeah.
Those
man.
single
He ain't
single friends
shit.
gonna leave her single
Yeah, absolutely.
for
But
sure.
but you have that one friend that's in a relationship that's bonded, that knows the struggles that you are, applying to her and letting her know. She'll tell you, hey, you know what? Stick through it. Figure the
Yep.
situation out.
Yeah.
Ride with it. 'Cause a relationship's not easy.
Yeah.
If anybody thinks a relationship is easy, you're doing it wrong. I'm gonna tell you
It's
that
not
right
at
now.
all.
Oh
Yeah.
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 It's work.
Absolutely, it's very work. Like anything, you
Overtime.
have to
Yeah.
you have to work hard to succeed of it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So there's very, very few females out there that I believe are truly
Yeah.
hardcore ride or die.
Yeah.
And those are easy to find. You'll find them
Yeah.
like that, just like they'll expose themselves just like that.
Yeah. You think
Yeah.
it's
I like
easy?
to
You
use
think it's easy to
the
find?
I think for me, us as guys, I
Mhm.
think if it's, for example, I'll use my girlfriend as an example, right?
Mhm.
If she has a friend where I'm like, you know what, that's a snake, I'm gonna let her know. I'll
You'll
see it.
peep it.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
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 You just get that
Mhm.
feeling as a guy. You're like, dude, this is some shady shit,
Mhm.
Yeah.
But when you got that friend where you're like, nah, you got something here. Don't let this one go.
Yep.
You know it. You know it because if she was a guy, right, you would feel
Yeah.
that.
And a good man, he advises his woman, wisely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
we're not telling you this shit just to tell you it.
Mhm.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we want to set you up for success. Like I like to use the equation like equal to or greater than. And when I say that, like as far as brotherhood, like I only associate with other men that are on my level or greater than me. Because I feel like anyone below me, they can't really do anything for me.
Right. Yeah.
A man that's at my level, we can inspire each other to reach the higher level. An individual that's greater than me, who's accomplished more, I can use them as inspiration as well.
Yeah.
And also download the blueprint and see what they did, study their moves to get to where they get to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But most often what I see with women is they don't follow that equation.
No.
They'll deal with a woman that's beneath them to further validate themselves, as a woman, so that they can feel good about themselves. And,
Yeah.
I see that a lot with the women. And I think that's what single-handedly separates the bro code versus the girl code, is because anytime men link up, it's for self-improvement.
Mhm.
Bro, you're getting fat, hit the gym.
Yep.
Bro, like you got to get your money up, man. What are you
Yeah.
doing? Like,
And let me tell
bro,
you how I did it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's like that's just the entire difference between the two dynamics, man. And like I said, I feel like everyone should follow that formula, equal to or greater than. Don't orbit around motherfuckers that are beneath you. And not to say
Mhm.
like you're better than the next person, but if they're not productive or inspiring you or bringing something to the table, then cut them off. They're dead weight. Cut your losses.
Mm-hmm. And
Absolutely.
it's interesting you say that, because one thing that makes us men is the fact that we can foresee things. We can foresee danger,
Oh, yeah.
and especially when it comes to our family, our wives, or even our girlfriends. We can foresee some things that our
For
partner
sure.
might not be able to see. But the sad thing that I see when you got a man, okay, women, and I'm talking to you directly, if you have a man that's willing to tell you, okay, things that you don't want to hear, that is a good man. That is a
That's
good
your
man.
husband.
He's
Yeah.
not a narcissist. He's not toxic. He's none of that. He's telling you things to protect you, not only to protect you, but to protect the integrity of the relationship. And sometimes as women, you have to take a step back and just think. Don't just react right away saying this man is just, being jealous or being this and that. No, just take a step
How to
back 1
control
minute.
you.
Exactly.
Like,
That's the one thing.
I think you gotta say that again for the people in the back that didn't hear you, because you just made some very, very, very important points, and I don't think they heard you in the back, man. So please repeat yourself one more time.
When a
Let these people
man
know.
when a man is telling you things that don't makes you uncomfortable, that you don't want to hear, okay, that is a good man. That is a man that's trying to protect you. See, that's the word of the day: protection. Us men, we have a gift, okay, a gift given to us by God Himself. Is discernment. You're right, TJ. That's discernment. That's the word I was looking for. We have that. It's built into us men, just how jealousy is built into women. We have that. And so when we discern something, when you're talking to another females, I'm talking to you, you're talking to another female, and us men, we know that by you talking to that female and just listening to the conversation, we know that that's going to lead to dangerous feels in this relationship. We're going to tell you about it. Now, a lot of men, they'll just tell you about it and take a step back, and let
like
you
a
make your own
cancer,
decision.
Yeah.
But as a woman, you should really listen to your man. You don't have to agree, but just listen and marinate on what he's saying, because most of the time, and I would say like 99.9% of the time, we're making sense. We're saying something that's true. We're not trying to control you. We're not trying to be narcissist or toxic. We're telling you something that you just are not seeing at the moment. Your eyes are closed. So we're just giving you solid advice, because us as men, we want to protect the integrity of our relationship. And that's basically what it is. And the bro code, okay, is something that's very important, okay, when it comes to a relationship, because men, we have to find, okay, for us to be better husbands, better boyfriends, better cousins, sisters, brothers, whatever. Okay, we have to have other men in our lives, okay, that have been through the same thing, that can put us in our places when we need to be put in our places, that would give us solid advice. Not only that, a shoulder to cry on when we need it.
Yeah.
Us
irons
men
sharpen irons.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So we find other men, like TJ just said, that are with us in the same level we are or above us, because we need that support. I can't find support for a man that's never been through the relationship. I can't ask somebody who's never been marriage relationship. I can't ask somebody who's never done taxes before, hey, can you do my taxes for me? It's just not going to work out. So by us forming that bond with another man, improves our lives, who we are as men, which in turn makes us better husbands and better everything.
Better leaders.
Better leaders, exactly. Because that's what we are. And that's the problem. Most women don't accept that. Don't accept that men were designed to become leaders. Men are designed to become the head, okay? Men are designed to become the ones that, don't get me wrong, women, you are going to be the one that support us. Of course, we need that support, but you have to let your man lead. If you do not let your man lead, doesn't matter how you slice it, you're always going to be that one person that's always going to be by herself, are always going to have men after you just to fuck you, because they know they can't have a relationship with you. So they're just going to try to fuck you and leave you. And then you're going to sit back and say, men ain't shit. Well, why aren't men shit?
Yeah.
Why men aren't shit?
Yeah.
Women, when a man really wants to help you, right, he's going to lead you, right? If he loves you, he's going to lead you to the right direction. I understand, from personal experiences, that's not easy. You as a woman saying, okay, I'm going to have another human being guide my life, right? That's not easy, right? But just try for a day. Just do it. Don't argue with your man. Don't fight with your man. Don't question your man. Just let him lead you.
Trust the process.
Even though you might be like, well, why is he telling me I can't wear this? Or why is he telling me this? Just don't. At the end of the day, when you're laying in your bed and you're reflecting how your day went or your week went, ask yourself, okay, I feel a lot more better because I don't have to worry about this shit.
Yeah.
I felt protected. A good man is going to make you feel protected.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna put you in your quote unquote soft woman era, or whatever you want to call it, or your I'm just a girl era, whatever trendy word is using right now. But nothing's, at the end of the day, no matter what you want to say, the simple fact is a good man that loves you is gonna lead you.
For sure.
It's not easy. It's not, even for a man, it's not easy to guide a woman, because we know we're gonna get pushback.
Yeah.
Don't just as I say it in Spanish, déjate llevar. Just go with the
Déjate
flow.
llevar.
Just let it happen.
Yeah.
You know, we do this because we love you, because
Exactly.
we want to put you on a higher pedestal that we
potential.
know you belong. Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
it. That's true.
I would
And
say
we
too,
don't,
like,
we don't give that treatment to just anybody. Whores
Yeah.
don't get this treatment. You know,
They don't.
Yeah.
They
they
don't.
don't.
And we know a lot of them. We know a lot of horse.
Oh, Lord.
Here we go.
I was gonna say
All right.
too, man, like just a lot of women should stay away from the unfortunate, the unlucky, and the miserable people, because if you have a girlfriend if you're married, right, and you're having marital problems with your husband, your single friend isn't gonna Dr. Phil the situation at
Nope.
all. That's the quickest route to be single like her, man, and be miserable out here in these streets, man. Like I
Exactly.
see so many women take a good man for granted, or, let the poison and the cancerous, information that their single friend is feeding them, making it seem like these streets are just so enticing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they
Yeah.
fall into the trap, and then they end up divorced. They end up, being a chick out here that's getting fucked and never getting taken seriously, producing multiple kids, just going off a fucking life that she didn't have to have just because she didn't want to trust her husband. Like men, when they really care about you, like the two fellas said, man, like if a man really cares about you, he's gonna utilize his discernment and his leadership to lead you to the promised land.
Yep.
He's not trying to control you at all. You're a representation of that man. And he wants to lead his family and his bloodline to the promised land and be successful. So
Exactly.
you're not going to get that from your single friends,
Exactly.
Like, cut them off,
Yeah.
let the streets have them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why do you think?
That's
Why do you
exactly
think
true.
they always say, "Oh, that's so and so's girl. That's so and so's girl. That's his
Yeah.
woman," because you are a representation of me, of the man, of us. And
Mhm.
again, for the feminists out there, that's not a negative thing. That's not controlling. That's not degrading. No, absolutely not. Because me as a man, and I'm pretty sure these other two gentlemen here, we hold each other and ourselves to a very high pedestal, a very high standard. Sometimes it might not seem like it, but at the end of the day, we do. We're
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
in the way, in what we do, in our hobbies, in the way we talk, and everything. We try to
Yeah.
put ourselves up here.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
If I'm dating somebody, I refuse to have her be down here. It just does
No,
like
unequally yoked, man.
absolutely like
Yeah.
TJ say, equal or greater than, right? I want my girl to be better. I want her to be here, because guess what? When she's here, I come up higher,
Yeah.
and so on.
Yeah.
And that falls under as the brothers, the bro. If my boy's having a bad day and he's trying to go up here, hey, you know what? I'm gonna come down here, get your ass, and bring you up forward.
Yeah.
Pilo, TJ, even JLC, we've all had the experiences where like, hey, we need a little get me up. We need a little, hey, get your shit together. We understand you're down, but guess
Yeah.
what? You want to cry and suffer and do all this shit. Do this now, but guess what? Tomorrow,
Right.
hit the gym, focus on yourself, do better, because you're gonna slowly start to feel better, get up
Absolutely.
better. How you can't us as men, we can't guide a girl if we're down here.
No.
Yeah,
That's
You're not
right.
gonna
We have to-
respect it.
absolutely. We have to be here to bring her up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, the last point before we move on to the next segment is, and I think this is the theme of the bro code, is bros before hoes. Bros before hoes.
All
Ah,
right, you know what?
Yes.
I'm glad you said that. There was
Hold on,
going to be this.
I'm gonna need another drink.
Is this
I'm
the
gonna need
hater of
another-
the week?
No, that's not the hater of the week. This is the theme
Oh,
song
man.
to the theme, the
Yeah.
title to the bro code is bros before hoes. It's always been
Okay.
like that. But you know what?
Okay.
Let me get another drink because I'm gonna need another drink for this one. Hold on, I'll be right back. You guys can talk.
Oh my god, this man, bro, man, this
sipping
man.
that weak ass daiquiri, man.
Bro, no, it's not even daiquiri, bro. All this is
What is it?
apple juice, bro. I seen him pour it off the
What-
camera, bro.
Put the bottle to the camera. Let's see.
You know what?
that
Let me
is.
show you guys what I'm drinking today. Is that Tennessee? Oh, smoky baby. Let me tell you guys something. We're not sponsored by these people. We're not sponsored. But if Oh Smoky, if you're watching, this is some good shit. So sponsor
Is it
us.
spicy?
Give us your money. It's spicy. You know what, TJ? When you take a little sip on it, it goes down very smooth. But then you feel that habanero, that spiciness has come up. It's delicious. So this podcast has not been paid by Old Smoky, but we love it and I love to drink it. So Smokey, pay me. I love it. I love it.
Man, you
So-
kill half of it already. Shit.
No, this is like 3 days though. This is like 3 days.
God damn, you alcoholic ass.
Oh man.
No, but bros before hoes. Bros before hoes. That's actually a very because and I take that this way. And hear me out. So let's say TJ, you know, you meet a girl, right?
Yeah.
You meet a girl,
Yeah.
and I know this girl. I know
Yeah.
what she's about. I know what she's done in the past.
Yeah.
As your friend, okay, do you feel that it's not my place to tell you that this girl's a hoe? That this girl's
Hell
been
no.
around? What do you
I need
think?
the whole facts, baby.
Show me the whole facts. By the way, this
Yeah.
podcast has been produced and has been brought to you by Whole Facts.
Because
Whole
you'll be
facts.
less of a friend if you have me walking around looking sick,
Yes.
looking too
Sick.
stupid, bro.
Sick
Yes.
as a
'Cause
dog.
then inevitably it's gonna come out that this chick wasn't shit.
Yeah.
And
Itching and
then
scratching with
If I
rabies.
find out that either of you knew, I'm looking at y'all different now.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So
Let me
that's
ask
just
you
the
guys
way
a
that it
question.
goes.
Let me ask you guys
Yeah.
a question. Do you feel that we owe the same kind of respect to a female? A female comes up to you and says, listen,
Uh-huh.
you should have told me about this motherfucker. You should have told me that he was a player. You should have told me that he was a cheater and all this. You should have told me that. Do you think we owe that same loyalty to them as we do as our friends?
Only
our
if
bros?
she's providing a box. I'm just I'm sorry, y'all I had to. Nah.
Yeah.
No, I don't feel like you owe the chick anything, man. I mean, if you're locked in with a dude and your loyalty, you can't be in two places at the same time.
Mm-hmm,
You got to pick which side you're gonna be on.
Yeah.
You're riding with your boy. You owe no loyalty to this girl. You know, I'm sure she has friends and she has a circle
Yes.
that could advise her, but it's not your place to advise her.
Exactly. Exactly.
Unless, like I said,
Unless she's giving up that
Right.
box.
Okay, so let me ask you guys a question here, right? Because I'm pretty sure you guys all have a female in your life. Not saying like in a relationship standpoint, right? But just a friend, a really good friend that
mhm,
can come to you and be like, "Hey, Pilo, hey, TJ, I trust you. I trust your mindset. I trust me. I gotta ask you a question, right? There's this guy. I know you don't know him, but you kind of know him, right? I want to take him seriously. What do you think? Do
yeah,
you feel like you're gonna be like, hey, you're on your own, or you feel like you're gonna be like, hey, you know what? I don't know this guy, but I heard
Yeah.
I heard he's out there slinging cock everywhere. Do what you want with that
Yeah.
information.
I mean, if I respect her and we got that rapport, I would definitely. If she really see, I'm the type of person. Don't ask me a question you don't want the answer to, because I'm always give it to you raw.
Yep.
So if I respect the woman and we have somewhat of a rapport, and she's like, "What do you think about this guy?" I'm starting to like him, which I have been in plenty of situations like that. And I would just tell him how I really feel, you know. And I can honestly say the results of that would be the woman, she wouldn't listen. But then, you know, fast forward 30 days, 60 days, maybe even 90 days, we had the same conversation as I had with them 3 months prior. And they're like, you know what? I should have listened to you. I was wrapped up. I was digmatized, whatever the case may be. But,
Mhm.
and I was coming from a neutral standpoint. You know, I didn't have a dog in the fight. I didn't have a horse in the race. I was just going off pure facts and information. But they decided not to listen to, and then inevitably they got shitted on. And then they
Mhm,
came back and you know, they just
Yeah.
got to deal with it, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, that's my experience with that, man.
And let me tell you guys something. People don't give a fuck. If a woman comes up to me and asks me,
Yeah.
"What do you think about this guy?" Hey, you're a grown ass woman. Figure it out. You know, dogs are gonna be dogs,
Mm.
man. We're men.
Mm.
You know, we're gonna do what we got to
You
do.
would say that straight up,
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Because
even if you and her were cool, like
Okay.
locked, you consider her somewhat of a friend, like you respected her.
no,
You
okay.
would still say that.
If there was a female that I actually respected, let's say we have history together, we've been friends for a very long time. Absolutely, I would
Okay.
tell her about this man. But ultimately, I hate to do that. Even though I would do that, TJ, I would hate to do that. Only because
As
I
a
don't want
man?
to. As a man, only because I don't want to be the one to be, you know, for her to come back later. Let's say this, I tell her, you know what, this
Yeah.
man is a good man. This man is a great man. He's going to work. He's going to treat you right. He's going to be a great man. And then later on, you know, you just vouch for this
Yeah.
motherfucker. Later
Right.
on, he comes back
Yeah.
and cheated on her ass and treated her like shit.
Right.
You know,
So you
what
don't
do
want to co-sign nothing that's not
Right.
Pilo,
'cause you can't
see,
you can't control what other
disagree.
people do. You know what I mean?
I don't
disagree.
co-sign shit.
I feel that.
I disagree, Pilo. I think if you're gonna vouch for somebody, right, you know how they are,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you know what? again, if I really respect this woman and she's my day one and we've been like this, right? Hardcore locked in. No fight, no dog in how you say no dog in the bite or the race or however TJ said that phrase there. Right?
No dog in the fight, baby.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna tell her,
chilling.
I'm gonna be like, listen, like I don't know this man, but you know what? From the stories that I heard this, and that. However, do what you want with that information. You're a grown ass woman. I'm not your man. I'm just your friend giving you advice. You know what? And
Yeah.
if she ends up getting hurt, then that's on her. That's
Right.
on
Yeah.
her.
I gave you the
But
disclaimer, baby.
absolutely. What you can't say is, that guy's a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
He cheats on women, he beats women, he has 3 different baby mamas, and you saying, hey, that's a good man, go get him, right? And then she gets hurt, that's on you because you lied. She trusted you
Oh
and you
yeah,
lied. That's
but
on
I'm
you.
not saying lie to her. I'm not saying lie to her. But what I'm saying is don't stick your foot in the mud, man. Don't
Yeah.
stick your foot in the mud.
You don't want to
You
come
know?
off as a player hater.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I
And
think-
Pilo's not a player.
Yeah.
If a girl, let me tell you something, man. We're all grown people. I only
Yeah.
got the women in my life that are friends with me. They're all grown as fuck. They're all over 40. If you
Yeah.
can't see what I see, then you know what? That's on you.
You
But
deserve
one thing
what you get.
you get what you get. But one thing
Right.
I'm not gonna do. One thing Pilo's not gonna do is, even though I know this man's a piece of shit, because I know a lot of men that are a piece of shit. But
Yeah.
if you're asking me that information, I would say court this man. Don't just go out and fuck him. Don't just sleep with him on the first date and expect on the
Yeah.
second day have a relationship with him. Do it the old school way. Talk to him. Get to know him. Get to know his family. Get to know who he is. And then
Yeah.
you can honestly say, okay, I have a relationship with this man. He treats me right. But if this man treated you like shit, and at the beginning you're asking people about this man, why?
Yeah.
Women, I'm gonna give you a little sauce, right? I'm gonna give you a little cheat code. There's a really, really accurate phrase, right? And I say accurate because I can relate to that, right? And I'm pretty sure these other 2 gentlemen can too. They say, look at the way he treats his mom. The way he treats his mom is the way he's gonna treat his woman, right? So if that man holds his mom
Yeah.
to a very high standard, respects her, yes, mom, no, mom. I'm not saying it, and I'm not saying it's mama's boy. That's not what I'm saying at all, right?
Yeah.
But there's a huge difference between respecting your mom and needing her,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
For sure.
But me and my mom is everything, right? Like she's my rock. Without her, I'll be nothing,
Right.
But I hold that woman to a very, very, very high standard just because I know she does the same to me, right?
Yeah.
And
She
I've got
raised
it
you.
from absolutely,
Yeah.
my mom has came my mom has came to drop by at where we work, to drop me off some food or whatever, right? And even our coworkers would be like, damn, the 5, 6, 10-second interaction you have with your mother tells me
Yeah.
everything I need to know about the way you are with your woman.
Mhm.
And that's true. And my
Yeah.
woman said the same thing, So
Yeah.
there you go, women. You want to
Yeah.
see how this man is? Ask him about how his relationship with his mom is.
Exactly.
I'll tell you
I have a
everything
random
you need.
question
very
for
good.
you, Juan.
What's up?
Kind of off topic, but not really. So do you feel like, especially men that were raised really close to their mom, right?
Mm.
Do you feel like every man should strive to pursue a wife that kind of mirrors his relationship with his mom? Like the qualities, or what do you think about
You know
that?
what? That's a hard
Like,
question.
does your woman
Because-
remind you or have qualities of your mom?
In a way, yes. And I'll say it because my mom was very, I love my dad, what?
Yeah.
And I know he's not watching this, right? But I know I love my dad, but I'll be the first to admit it, man. That man was a piece of shit. He
Oh, yeah.
did things he wasn't
Yeah.
supposed to do, and
Yeah.
me now being a grown adult, I could never. I just thinking about it pisses me off, right? Especially
Yeah.
how much I love my girl. I love my girl to death. I could never
Yeah.
picture me doing that to her, But my mom,
For sure.
even after the bullshit, she was always make sure the house was clean, make sure there was food on the table, make sure we were taken care of, make sure he was taken care of, And I see that with my partner for sure. I know, she makes sure that I'm good. She makes sure that the family is good, So
Yeah.
so in that aspect, yes. However, I'm a grown ass man now, so I can't depend on my mom. If anything, it's
Yeah.
the opposite. I want my mom to depend on me. It's now
Mhm.
my
Yeah.
time
Switches over.
absolutely. My mom for
Mhm.
18 plus years of my life. And even now, I'll say even now, right? She's always been there and like, hey, mijo, if you need anything, I got you.
Yeah.
If you need $20, $30, $40, whatever the case is, a roof to live on, I got you.
Right.
But now it's no longer up to her. It's not up to me. It's not
Yeah.
up to me to be like, hey, mom, let me take care of you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One day,
Mhm.
my one of my goals is one day to make enough money to live comfortably financially to where I'm like, hey, mom, I'll take care of the payment of your house
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because I can, just because a thank you, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or even buy
so-
her a home or
Absolutely,
a car
you know,
or something.
Oh yeah.
You know,
you would.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't even have to be that big, you know. It doesn't even have to be that big. I know she was very,
Yeah.
very proud, and that
Right.
I've told her this before. I'm like, Mom, I didn't graduate high school for me. I didn't give a fuck about that shit, honestly.
Yeah. Did
People
it
that
for
know me,
her?
I'm not really big at school, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, I did it for you, because I know
Yeah.
it meant a lot for you. You know, my mom didn't have the same opportunities that I had when growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, her childhood was terrible, completely
Yeah.
terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
know her seeing me and my sister succeed in life, you know, graduate high
Yeah.
school, not have kids at a very young age, you know, and by young, I
Yeah.
mean, you know, 15, 16, 17 years old, right? Her seeing that I'm in my 20s, have a house, have a career, have a car, you know, that to her are
Yeah.
success. That to her is accomplishments.
Yeah.
It
Absolutely.
fills her cup.
Absolutely. You know, how
Yeah,
many
for
people
sure.
my age can say they can, as a man too, can say they
Yeah.
did that, you know,
Oh yeah.
at their own will, not forcefully, because damn, I have a kid coming on the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, not now. If I want to have a kid with me and my girl, right? We can. Nothing's stopping us.
Mhm.
I got a roof under our heads, food on the table,
Took care of business.
transportation, career.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
Very good.
sometimes us as men, we forget. We gotta stop and breathe and be like, look where I'm at because of
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Negative and positive. You know,
For
Mhm.
sure.
and that comes up to the bros too, to be like, hey, bro, look, like I know look what you're at, bro.
Mhm.
Positive and negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes you gotta stop and smell the flowers, man.
you
Mhm.
know, I
Mhm.
always say it's
Yeah.
not the finish line that's the best part. It's the journey to
journey
the
in
finish
between.
line.
Yeah.
'Cause
Exactly.
once you hit that
Exactly.
finish line, you're gonna look back and be like, damn, I missed those memories. I should have soaked it in
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well,
You
gentlemen,
know?
that was the very good conversation. Thank you guys very much. We're going to move on to the next segment, which is JOC's Hater of the Week.
Anyway, gentlemen. So today, as you guys can see, tomorrow's a very special day, like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, because it is Mexican Independence Day. And you know what? Me and Pilo went back and forth behind closed doors trying to figure out a good hater of the week. And honestly, I gotta bring it back home to, you know, the Latin community. So everybody hates a Karen, right? I know I do. I've dealt with my own. Pretty sure you guys have too, right? Karens are obnoxious. They think they run the world. They think they know everything. So this video that Pilo is about to show, you know what? Pilo, go ahead and put it up, and then we'll talk about it later.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Are you the manager? Yes. You need to leave.
That's their favorite words. Are you the manager?
Excuse me, but you did say that she needs to go back to her country. What is that?
Native Americans.
Excuse me, this is what this whole world.
White people are not from this country. Don't serve her.
Yeah, you cannot
Don't serve her racist ass.
You don't tell. No. Continue serving.
Black Lives
Continue
Matter,
serving.
leave. You need to leave. You're not a
No,
part of
no,
this.
no, no.
You need to leave. You're not a part of this. No.
You're racist.
No, you do not
You
come
just
in here
told-
and use the F word and swear and call me a B-I-T-C-H.
I've never even said
I
that
said she
word.
is and
I've
you're not
never
a part
even said
of
that
it.
word.
So
You're
you
making
get out of
stuff up
here.
now.
I know. I said
No.
she is and that's why she's leaving. So you will leave too.
No. This is going all over the internet. You don't know who I am. You told her to go back to her country where she's from.
That's assault.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Where were you born? Where were you born, bitch? I was born in America, bitch. Where are your ancestors from? They're not from this country. You're going back to Mexico. Bitch, you better go back to where you're from.
You just walked into her. Excuse me?
Hey, bitch, you just touched me.
Wow,
Oh my
see?
God.
Yeah, you deserved it.
Now she's the victim. Now she's the victim.
You pushed her and she smacked you. That was self-defense on her part.
Oh, she grabbed me.
Nope.
So, let me break down this video a little bit. This video is a little older. It happened a couple years ago. I think it happened in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. All bias aside, that white lady was in the fault. First of all, it's not your store. It's not your business why she's there. First of all, if she's there illegally, it doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with you, right? Because I guarantee your racist ass still goes to the Mexican restaurant and orders yourself a little tacos with the cheese and the quesadilla, all right? Sit your ass back, all right? But good for her. Good for her. You know, the Mexican, you know, lady. Good for her for standing up for herself, giving her, you know, a good, you know, a five time slap there.
What's that video
'Cause,
game, bro? Is it Sonic or is it Mario?
Oh, with the rings, the thing.
Where they smack the coins out of them. Yeah,
Sonic, yeah, Sonic.
that's what the
Oh,
fuck
that's
she did.
Mario. That's Mario. Like you punch the,
Yeah.
the block or whatever.
That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah, man. So what we can learn from this video, and the reason she's a hater of the week is one, and we've said this multiple times in the podcast recently too. Mind your business. Just mind your business, man. Honestly, if that doesn't pertain to you, then mind
Walk
your
away.
business. It's that, yeah.
Mind the business
Yeah.
that pays you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Two, and I actually got some more information on this. So apparently, the husband of the lady apologized, to the young lady, and then TMZ did a follow-up report on the young lady, reflecting that situation, that incident. And she said, honestly, I appreciate the husband, but fuck that apology. Because one, it didn't come from the woman that was disrespectful, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. There's many people, male and female, that want to play the victim, that don't hold themselves accountable to their own actions. Right? She had no business saying that to her. Who knows what happened in this previous video? However, she had no business saying that. Right. So that good. You know what? Good for her for smacking her in her mouth. We as Mexicans have this phrase saying, "Calladito se ve más bonito." Translating, if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say it at all. Right? You look much more prettier with your mouth shut than your mouth smacked.
Yeah.
Fortunately, she learned that the hard way. So that is hater of the week.
How was she got the taste smack at her?
She got the "Can you feel me, sucker?" So
that was very good. But I gotta admit, guys, just to be fair, fair, we've all been in that situation where we go into somebody from another race did something bad to us, and we're like, "You this black motherfucker was trying to fuck with me," blah 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 blah. She was just
you know how many times I've been called, the N-word with the hard R?
Oh, really?
Oh,
That
yeah.
happened to you?
Plenty of times.
Damn.
I can't speak about what happened after, but
Yeah, right. We won't mention that.
nah.
But you know what? That's interesting because I've never I'm Puerto Rican, but I'm black. I'm not white. So
Yeah.
I've never been called a hard R before in my life. But I think if I ever have, I probably snap the fuck out.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
probably do the same thing.
I mean,
that woman
the
did.
older you get, you get like, you don't ever tolerate it, but you got to play the game differently. You know what I mean? You can't go around knocking everybody out. Sometimes you got to utilize the mirror effect.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very good hater of the week. I really like that video. I really like that whole segment. But thank you, JOC, for hater of the week.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, TJ, JOC. Thank you. This has been a great conversation. Ladies and gentlemen,
Always.
if you love this podcast, please write your comments down on the comments. Write it on the comments. Chat. Let us know what you think. Ladies, females, if you have anything to say, please come on the podcast. Say it. We're getting tired of hearing all this BS from everyone. And then when we ask you to come on and tell us your BS, tell us what you think of us, you chicken out, at the last minute, or you just don't want to come on, but your voice doesn't matter unless you voice it, unless
Right.
there's a platform here for you to say what you got to say. If you don't take that opportunity, then your voice doesn't matter, unfortunately. So we're trying to make it matter. So come on to the podcast. Let us know what you think, okay? And with that being said, gentlemen, let's have final thoughts. TJ, what you got, my man?
I was going to say, like, when we were discussing primarily, throughout the program, women, just monitor your circle. Try to be around more women who use that equation, equal to or greater than is what I wanted to say, man. Like, women that are married, women that you aspire to be in a relationship or a situation with, gravitate to those women. Don't gravitate to these rats out here in the streets, man. Streets are out here treacherous and they don't love anybody. So I would just say, like, just listen to your husband. You chose him for a reason. He's giving you his discernment for a reason. And all you can do is just go off of that, and your life will be less hectic and you'll be chilling more, and you won't have anything to worry about if you just put all the faith into your leader. So
Yes.
that's just the way that everything is ordained. So
Absolutely.
those will be
Very
my
good.
final thoughts, man.
JOC, what you got, bro?
You know what, ladies? There's a reason why Pilo and TJ have said what they said. There's a reason why I've said what I've said. We're not just talking out of our ass here. This is all from personal experience, either from our own personal lives or people that we have helped out in the past. Right? So you want to find out if you have a snake in your circle? Easy. Either one, if you have one, ask your man. If he loves you, he's gonna find them out easily, like that, no problem. 2, put your friend in an uncomfortable situation. You know, put them in what we call fight or flight mode, and see if they really have your back like they say they do. You know what? And then by then you can judge your friend group. And also, don't be that person. Don't be that fake ass, snake ass bitch. Don't. No one likes that. Male and
That'd be
female.
hard.
Don't do that.
That'd be hard.
You know?
That'd be hard for
Not a
women.
good look at all.
Absolutely.
You know, if I can say something, just remember, women, men are here to protect you. Men are here for you. Your husband, your boyfriend. Believe me when I say, even though you might think that this man doesn't care, this man cares. This man cares about the relationship, and he's not trying to control you. He's just trying to protect the relationship as it is. As a man, me specifically, I want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be out here, fucking these hoes and all that. I want to be in a relationship, so I want to protect it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you're right. I do. Pilo wants to fuck hoes, but damn, you're right.
I thought you didn't like horse.
He loves
Yeah.
horse.
I love whores. What are you talking about? I like all the whores.
Okay.
I never said I
Is
didn't
there-
like them. I just said
you
there's a
know,
lot of them.
Do you have a favorite type of
You
horse?
know, the whore that humbled him. We're not gonna speak on that. That's left in the past, man.
The whore that humbled me. That's true.
AKA
I was
the humble horse.
gonna say too, like, just men. You remember that FaceTime call we had, man? When you was
Yeah.
distraught.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
us men, we do that to each other.
Yes.
Women should do that with each other more often as well.
Yeah.
So there's
That's
so
true.
many levels to this shit, man.
That's true. That's true. Well, gentlemen, thank you. This has been a very, very good conversation. Very good conversation. I loved it. This is one of those episodes that we really get deep and we really try our best to help.
You know what I was gonna say? This episode reminded me of the reason why, like, we came up with this shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have where do you see men having these vulnerable conversations, man? Like, we were told that if we had a problem, we got to talk to a fucking tree before we could talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And we having these vulnerable exchanges. They're beautiful, man. Like I said earlier, iron sharpen iron, man. So
Yeah.
this episode took me back to the reason why we even do this shit, man. And I love it.
That's true.
For sure.
That's true. They bring me back too, man.
You know,
This
that's
is
the
why we
best
brought
time.
Elite Talk.
The best time to be vulnerable is with your small circle, with your guys that aren't afraid to be like, hey, you know what, bro? You're in a safe space. You gotta cry, you gotta scream, you gotta yell, you gotta just vent to me. I'm the person to do it for. Whatever you gotta tell me, it's safe with me. And that's true. And you guys know that. The people that are very close to me know that if you gotta vent, I'm here.
Yes.
For sure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching another episode of Elite Talk. We're almost done with the season, baby. We got one more episode done.
Right now?
We're at 11. So the 12th episode is coming up next. That's going to be the season finale. We're going to go all out. So you guys got to watch the season finale of
Elite
Elite
Talk.
Talk.
Studio or what?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out. But one
Or what?
thing I will tell you is going to be memorable. It's going to be memorable. And then we'll talk about it, but it's going to be very memorable. So
We gotta wear
remember,
tuxedos, bro.
Yeah.
you know what? I'll wear the
Well,
We
same
gotta get on our
tuxedo.
James Bond, bro.
I'm going to wear the same
Casino
tuxedo.
Royale
I'm going to wear the same tuxedo I wore when I went on the date with
Please don't do that, bro.
Here's
That's-
the thing. Okay, hold on. Wait. Here's my only
Oh,
thing.
Lord.
Just please wear a shirt. That's all I ask.
Hey,
You said what?
Wear a
he wants
shirt.
he wants me to wear a shirt.
No.
You know what?
Bro, you have an image consultant as your guy. Let me fit you, bro.
I'm not gonna make any promises. Let's just say that the final episode is gonna be memorable. It's gonna be very memorable.
Boy.
So,
I don't want to see you topless underneath with a bow tie on, bro.
hey,
Oh,
you never know.
boy.
You
I'll
never know.
literally get off this shit, bro. Don't do that.
It's
Hey,
a wrap.
Pilo always got some shit up his sleeve, so it's gonna be an awesome show. So you guys, next week is gonna be the season finale. Check us out. We want to thank everybody who's really showed us love in these podcasts and these episodes. We do this for you, but thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, with all that being said, thank you for watching.
You said the people that showed us love, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to appreciate the people that showed us hate as well. Because
Oh,
without
absolutely.
You guys haters,
Yes.
we wouldn't be where we're at today, baby.
We actually
you.
did more of that, but
Absolutely.
we're forever grateful for the hate as well. So
Gracias a
Oh, yeah.
ustedes.
You keep us in business.
Yeah, all the viewers we get is because of the haters. So thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you. So
All the women that won't get on the
There's
show.
specific episodes that we still get talked to this day because of you guys. So thank you.
thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. TJ, JOC, thank you. Great conversation. Ladies and gentlemen out there in the Matrix, thank you for watching Elite Talk. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Let's go, baby.